How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Triangle Strategy. This is episode 43, I believe. So, when we had left, we had actually bested General Avlora. Then Roland had a little duel with her, and then the city is kind of fucked up. So, we gotta do some stuff to fix the city. We had been doing some training in the Conquer the Arena scenario, which actually got us got a lot of dead people, but got us a whole bunch of levels and everything like that. I don't think we're gonna do that again right this second. We're gonna go ahead and go through some story and see how things go there, but we might end up having to come back because it's been the last couple battles have been a little tough, right? Like that one with Avlora, we really didn't beat it. We just zerged Avlora down. So, you know. Yeah, anyways. Let's jump in and see how things go.
There are more who accepted Esfrost's rule than I imagined.
Glenbrook's history is long. Yet, that is why hierarchy and precedent hold sway. This is a stubborn land, my lady, not given to easy change. Though Archduke Gustadolf, acting in the name of freedom, granted privilege after privilege to the powerful. For people used to Glenbrook's rigid customs, I suppose that sort of change must have been too seductive to resist.
A little chilly in here. I welcome the changing of the seasons,
Perhaps,
but it makes me cold.
But his freedom was naught but greed and cruelty.
Sounds like.
Lady Frederica, I've been searching everywhere for you.
A Wolffort messenger. Did you run all this way? What's happened?
My lady, I hail from Castle Wolffort, bearing tidings of Lord Simon.
Oh
Has
no.
he awakened?
He has. He is
Oh.
in high spirits and recovering well.
Oh.
And he is most pleased to hear of the capital's recapture. He bids you visit Castle Wolffort so he can honor you himself.
Oh, I must bring these glad tidings to Serenoa at once. How long it has been since I've seen him smile.
There is one more bit of news I have for you, my lady, but it is not so happy.
Is there some sort of trouble in the Wolffort domain?
Bandits are laying waste to the Rosellan village. To our shame, Castle Wolffort does not have enough soldiers to stop this. We would beg Lord Serenoa's wisdom in this matter.
The enemy must be powerful indeed. We cannot
Sounds
leave
like
the Rosellan
bullshit.
village defenseless.
Let us inform the others.
Okay.
Messenger, with us.
Fine. I'm sensing some back alley dealing here. Uh-huh.
Well, well. Things are about to get interesting.
Uh-huh. I wonder who's paying those bandits to do what they're doing. Fucking shit. Put him to the sword, Roland. Don't fucking deal with this asshole.
A coronation ceremony. Certainly there are more important matters to focus on right now.
Actually, a coronation ceremony can be very
is important
important.
to assuage the people's fears and restore their faith. Besides
Just
which,
true.
it is the royalists' most fervent wish. A kingdom is only truly as strong as people believe it to be, and right now the world believes Glenbrook weak. The ceremony will be a display to the contrary.
Is this truly the remedy our situation calls for? Right now, I imagine the people care only for where their next hot meal will come from.
Well,
Rest assured,
do both
sire,
at the same
House
time?
Wolffort will see your subjects shan't go hungry. But trust me when I say nothing will hasten Glenbrook's return to her former glory so much as announcing the return of Regna's rightful heir.
that's actually has merit.
To
I
win your subjects' hearts,
don't like
you need
Patriot,
do nothing
or
but ascend to
Patriot,
your
but-
position upon the throne.
You mean sit my royal backside on a fancy chair?
I
in a manner of speaking. A king's duty is first and foremost serving as his kingdom's symbol. You needn't trouble yourself with day-to-day governance. We will assume that burden. After all, you have
Nope.
only just been
Lost me.
crowned.
Nope. Lost me.
There will be no ceremony. The people will tell us what they need, and you will listen to them, Patriot. That is my command.
As you wish, King Roland.
Alright. Just knife the man. Don't
How
let
far
him
things
breed
went.
resentment.
Have the relief supplies been given to those who need it?
Well, we had received a sizable shipment of goods from Hyzant, but there are complaints. It seems very few of those goods have made it into the hands of the people.
And why is that?
Go
We
deal
aren't
with
certain,
it.
though apparently Patriot and the Royalists involve themselves with the distribution.
Come
Damn
on,
those
y'all.
Royalists.
How did you
They
not
cannot
see
be
this
left to their
coming?
own devices.
No, of course you can't. They're greedy bastards. Otis Babotis. You're also a greedy bastard, but I still love you. Otis Badotis. Okay, so this is gonna be a, do we go back and protect the Rosellans, or do we stick around and deal with Roland's shenaniganry? Yeah. With Glenbrook reclaimed and Esfrost dealt a heavy blow, Hyzant takes the opportunity to make a strategic move. Strategic move like hiring bandits to attack the Rosellans? Because that's what I would expect it to be. Fucking asshats.
House Wolfort and Minister Exham's forces have reclaimed the Crown City. And not only that, they have dealt a heavy blow to the Esfrosti forces in killing Thalos and other commanding officers.
We couldn't have hoped for a better outcome.
Oh, to see Gustadolf's face when he hears the news. Now he'll have no choice but to come crawling to us on hands and knees, begging for salt. Though,
Not currently.
this could be our chance to crush the duchy once and for all.
Just because they are licking their wounds does not make them easy prey. They still have their iron, after all.
Ha! Iron. We can get iron. All we need do is make Glenbrook hand over the Grand Norzellian mines to us. A paltry price to pay for our bountiful aid in their restoration of the Crown City.
The Grand Norzellian Mines. The spark that lit the flame of Esfrost's aggression. But why go through the trouble to seize an iron source when they have all the iron they could ever need?
Is Edor finally
Have
putting
Milo
it
look
together?
into the matter.
Finally,
Mr.
someone's
Edor?
asking that question?
Well, regardless, we control the salt. I say we bide our time until Esfrost admits they are defeated. Besides,
Boy,
Glenbrook seeks
Big
our
shake.
aid in their reconstruction efforts, do they not?
Jake Shake.
Yes. King Roland and Minister Serenoa have both asked for help, and sent reports detailing the extent of the damage to the Crown City.
Send forth a veritable bounty. To Minister Serenoa of the Saintly Seven, that is.
Ah, yes. A show of the goddess's grace to the people, and as a wedge to drive between him and the king.
Esfrost, Glenbrook, they will both be ours before long.
Hey, hey. Quit touching. You quit touching stuff, Boy O'Bean. Alright, well, that's, oh, no. You think this boy needs more pets? This boy don't need more pets? Here. He's in a good position for face, so... This boy don't need more pets? Oh, God. Oh, God. It's over here swimming. Swimming in them pets. How's it going, my guy? How are you doing? Alright. Let's see what decision we have to make. I'm assuming it's gonna come down to, do we stick around and help, or do
Thank
we
you
go
all for helping
help
to
the
determine the
Rosellans?
extent of the damage to the capital. This
Did I catch the
information will be
Nintendo?
invaluable
No, I
as
did
we
not.
proceed with
I had a very
reconstruction.
busy morning at work, unfortunately. What did I
There
miss?
is also happy word from Castle Wolfort.
What's the best?
My Lord Father is awake. They say he is recovering apace and is already up and walking.
Those are glad
Ooh,
tidings
new
indeed.
Fire Emblem.
He says
Like
he
a
would like to see
new
us
Fire
and hear
Emblem,
of
not
all that
like
is
a
past while he was
new
taken ill.
Houses Fire Emblem.
Then what are we waiting
Octopath
for? I'll
Traveler
sell the
2.
horses.
Interesting.
Would that we could depart at once, but the messenger brought another piece of news.
Bandits plague the outskirts of the Rosellan village.
Jerome and
Very
his folk are
interesting.
there. They can handle a few mangy thieves, surely.
Not according to the messenger. The bandits are proving a formidable foe.
Which is why they have asked us for aid.
Apologies for my tardiness. It's sudden, I know, but I must ask you a favor.
What is it?
I suspect Patriot and his royalists of filching relief supplies.
We've no proof it's them, but the fact remains. The people in most need of those goods are not receiving them.
The gimmick is that the new cast of characters equips emblem rings, which embody previous games' heroes. They showed Marth, Sigurd, and Celica as rings. I'm not sure how I feel about that, actually. 'Cause, like, from a mechanical standpoint, it could be cool, right? But when I want a new Fire Emblem game, I want a new Fire Emblem game. I want new characters to fall in love with for their own issues. Yeah, they're combining the mainline games and the mobile games. Like, that definitely feels like, really? We couldn't have made it a legit Fire Emblem game? We've got to go with, here, play characters that probably aren't going to matter because you're going to turn them into other characters that you know and love. Great. I reserve the right to change my judgment, but my initial reaction there is not positive. That's unfortunate.
The matter warrants investigating at the very least, and I would ask for Wolfort's assistance.
I see. Well, we were just discussing what we ought to do next. Allow me to
Budget seems
explain
to be
the
there?
3 courses of action before us.
It's cool.
1. Return to Castle Wolfort as my Lord Father requests. 2. Defend the Rosellan village from bandits. Or 3. Remain in the capital to investigate the royalists.
Fair enough.
Lord Simon has recovered. What splendid news. If I could only go to him myself and thank him for all House Wolfort has done. But I cannot leave the capital in the throes of a possible scandal. Too many hold the royal family in contempt as it is.
That may be the case, but now that Lord Simon has awoken, someone must make sure he is healthy and apprise him of recent events. I would go to Castle Wolfort, Lord Serenoa, if it pleases you.
My heart breaks for the Rosellan village. Let me go to its defense, even if I must go alone.
Gotcha.
I cannot allow that. It's far too dangerous a task for one person.
Okay. I know what's gonna happen here. And I realize that this is the way that the game is designed. Okay? The game is designed to have you pick what is most important to you, who are you going to accompany, right? However, you know what would have been even more interesting or cooler It would have been to get to do all three and just be like, hey, these 4 party members go with this person, these 4 party members go with this person, and these 4 party members go with this person. And you do all 3 of these important things. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's all I have to say. I'm not gonna
Well,
go.
I would have the Wolford
Not gonna go ham
soldiers
on
with
it.
me, of
Just
course.
it would be cool,
Besides,
you know.
do you recall our first meeting?
Of course I do. You were being assailed by rogues at the port.
If you hadn't been there, who knows what would have become of me. But I am not as weak now as I was then. I am stronger, enough that I shall bring no dishonor to House Wolfort's name. My lord, have faith in me. Let me do this.
Very well.
It seems best that Benedict, Frederica, and I each attend to these pressing matters. Separately.
Indeed, but the rest of us cannot be in 3 places at once. We can only choose one path to take.
Or we can split up.
Bring the scales of conviction.
Or we can split up. We have so many party members. Oh. We reclaimed the Crown City and have already begun restoration efforts. There should be no question as to what needs to be done here. And yet, something has me unsettled. Wow. Return to Wolfort and tell Simone that Glenbrook has been reclaimed. You can't just send a messenger to, like, I feel like that's the least important one right now. Remain in the Crown City and expose the corrupt royalists. Travel to the Rosellan village and investigate the bandits. Oh, okay. Let's listen to people, because I honestly am unsure. Right? Like, I'm kind of like ride or die for Frederica. So that's probably the direction that I'm gonna go here. But like, from a legitimate standpoint, just sending aid to the Rosellans should be fine. And then investigating the royalists is actually the pressing concern. I will remain here in the capital, but you needn't worry about me. You must decide where you need to be, friend. Okay, can we change Huette's mind? We may have freed the capital from Esfrost's clutches, but there is still so much work to be done. As a member of the Kingsguard, I wish to stay here and help unify the Crown City. Okay, so we can try to sway Huette. If rumors of the bandits are true, then Jerome and the others might be in danger. I must go to the village and see how my people are faring. Quality fiber.
Ah, yes?
Things are slowly settling down in the capital. Right now would be the perfect time to pay the Rosellan village a visit. The rumors of bandits are clearly troubling her. Perhaps you could help her put her mind at ease.
Lord Saranoa.
Finally managed to rout the Esfrosti forces from the capital, but it seems our busy days are not over yet. Now we must decide which issue requires our attention most. Crown City's finally back in Glenbrook's hands, but our work's far from over.
Listen, lad.
Where do you think we should go from here, lad? As the steward of House Wolford, it is my duty to let Lord Simon know what happened while he was ill. Except the thing is, here's the actual, like, singular issue that I have with this. You're the steward of House Wolford. I am the lord of House Wolford. Simon is not. You report to me. It, like, do I love my lord father? Yes. Of course. Am I happy that he is up and healthy? Yes. Should he be informed of what's going on? Yes. Do you specifically need to go do it? No. Does it need to be a voting choice? Probably not. Ugh. Love the music in this game. What are you doing, Milo? I must admit I'm deeply fascinated by you, Lord Serenoa. A lord turned saint who won back his kingdom from S-Frosty clutches and saw the prince back to his throne. I can only wonder how your people will welcome such a hero home. Pray allow me to accompany you, my lord. If I go to Wolford, I suppose Milo will be coming with me. I don't really want Milo to come with me. I feel like she'll stab my father. Our salt reserves are running low. We must restore trade with Hyzant as soon as possible. As one of the Saintly Seven, isn't there anything you can do? None of these seem applicable, right? Like, obviously what we saw, you know, Serenoa didn't see, but as part of the negotiations, like, trade should be free-flowing at this point, or shortly. We just took back the capital. Yeah, I mean, it should be this one. You needn't worry so much. The consortium and the merchants are already on the move. Let's give them some time. That sounds like a shitty thing, though. But Roland's not like, we're not trading salt. Like, this feels so weird. Like, I don't feel like any of these are applicable to the actual situation. Whatever. Isn't that putting the cart before the horse? If you allow merchants to do as they please, our kingdom will lose face. We will, of course, expedite officially restoring trade, but it is critical that we stabilize our salt supplies. And we could accomplish that quicker and avoid any unnecessary confusion by using the merchants. I see. Drastic times call for drastic measures. More important right now to adapt rather than being bound by the usual. You have put my mind at ease, Lord Wolford. I cannot thank you enough. Sure, that didn't change anything for me. But okay. Think that King Roland was alive all this time. Your house has my utmost respect for helping him reclaim the capital. My allegiance to the royal family shall not waver, not now or ever. We were downright cowards under Esfrost's rule, but hearing stories of House Wolfort's courage in reclaiming the capital has inspired us to do better. I mean, you were occupied by a foreign invader. You weren't cowards. You were trying to survive. There's a pretty big difference. Amulet of Immunity. That's a big deal. We royalists, along with Minister Patriot himself, are helping to rebuild the capital. We must reverse all the changes that Esfrost has wrought and see the Crown City back to its former glory. I know there are many problems facing the kingdom now, but us royalists are more than happy to take care of everything. Is it true the royalists tried to win the Archduke's favor in order to protect themselves? Why, the people. It's all for the people, my lord. Okay, that was a shitty response. We thought that by bending the knee first, the people would follow our example and be spared from harm. So you allowed yourselves to be used by the Archduke, and now that he is gone, you change your tune yet again. How dare you? I refuse to be condescended to by cowards who deserted us to curry favor with the Holy State. Deserted you? I am the only person who never stopped fighting. We did what we had to survive, and I shan't let anyone tell me I was wrong to do so. Yeah, that is a coward. Looking for shinies. The environments and the way that things kind of like float through do make it difficult sometimes to tell what is shiny and what is not. Superior stone. The fuck is that? Oh, superior stone. Gotcha. It's the 3rd tier. Oh. See, like, the shining water right there definitely looks like that's something. Superior timber. Also the glint of water over there. There's just the glint of water everywhere. Water everywhere. I heard some bandits were spotted on the outskirts of the Rosellan village. Rumor has it they're led by some father and daughter duo. Of course they are. What were their names again? Father and daughter. Sounds like Travis and Trish. What could they be after? They're being paid. But Serenoa, I've heard great things about you. You were appointed one of the Saintly Seven and even demonstrated your prowess as Lord of a high house in battle. How should we Royalists address you from now on? By my title? Lord Serenoa? Yes, technically there could be some confusion. Be like Lord Minister Serenoa or Minister Lord Serenoa? Alright, well, there did not seem to be a lot going on there. Fudge. I think we're just gonna go with... We know we're not on the golden path, so I think we're just gonna go with Frederica and be like, "Yo, we're supporting our fiance. We should look into the bandits spotted near the Rosellan village. You want us to make for the Rosellan village? Are you certain it's the best time for that?" Interesting. I kind of like this last one. Now is the time for Roland to show his people what their new king is capable of. We must put our faith in him and focus our attention elsewhere.
Good point.
I suppose you're right. This is a critical moment for him as king. I would say that, yes, but I would also leave Hewitt with him. If the people saw that House Wolfort had a hand in resolving the problem, they may be hesitant to acknowledge his power. Perhaps the capital is best left to King Roland's hands, after all.
Okay.
I see now your reasons for wanting to visit the Rosellan village. I think that's actually a legitimate
yes?
claim there. Things are slowly settling down. Right. Yeah, no. She's good. It's this one and this one.
Lord Serenoa.
We should look into the bandits spotted near the Rosellan village. You would have us accompany Lady Frederica, my lord. Yeah, I'm kind of this one, right? I'm curious as to what the bandits seek in the Rosellan village. They would not go... Why would they be there in mass unless there was some sort of purpose?
Certainly.
Now that you mention it, it does seem strange. What could they be hoping to find there? Do you think that the village is hiding secrets other than the salt crystal? I suppose we won't know for sure until we ask them ourselves.
I need time.
Having bandits in our domain is certainly a problem that concerns House Wolfort, and yet... Crown City back in Glenbrook's hands.
Listen, lad.
Do you want to accompany Lady Frederica to the Rosellen village, eh? Is it really that important right now, lad? Absolutely. I'm curious as to what bandits would hope to find in the Rosellen village. They must have some goal to travel so far.
You're onto something.
It's pretty strange now that you mention it. I doubt there's anything of interest there for your average bandit. You think it's possible they heard about the key that'll free the Roselle? If they did, there's a chance they think it'll fetch a pretty price. In any case, I'm worried about Jerome and the others. Did we not take it with us? If this is the path we choose, we'd best make haste to that village. Thanks for that, lad. Might be right about the Rosellen village. Okay. I mean, I think we only really need, like, one victory here. As long as multiple people don't weigh in with, like, the other side of things, so... Hopefully this is a pretty one-sided victory.
It is time to cast our votes. We have 3 options before us. Return to the Wolfort domain, depart to the Rosellen village, or stay in the capital.
I mean, technically we are
Approach
returning
the
to the
scales of
Wolfort domain
conviction
by
with your
going to the
token at the
Rosellen
ready.
village. We could really be killing 2 birds with one stone. We could head to the Rosellen village, do what needs to be done there, and then stop by Castle Wolfort, right? Like, the amount of extra time that it's going to take to get to the Rosellen village. Well, you know what? Actually, it could be days, because the game doesn't tell us how much time happens. So, we have no idea. So that could matter. Okay. Now is our first actual choice.
You have my vote.
Okay. Anna is with us, so that is 3 for the Roselle.
I have faith in you.
4 for the Roselle.
You won me over.
5 for the Roselle. All right then. Nicely done.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
I mean, we already know. You don't have to go through that whole rigmarole. Funny though. Okay.
The way forward is decided. We march to the Rosellen village and drive the bandits from the surrounding woods.
All right. Well, I mean, yes, but really our purpose, I mean, aside from protecting the village, our purpose is to figure out why are the bandits there in the first place, right? I got, while I was at the store, I got a Snickers. It's new. It's the almond
I shall
brownie
accompany
and
Frederica
dark
to defend the
chocolate.
Rosellen village.
So I'm gonna try it.
I know not what the bandits are after, but I cannot allow them to run rampant over the land.
Thank you, Serenoa. I am heartened to have you by my side.
Very well. Fulfill your duty to your domain. I shall see to things in the capital.
Then I shall venture to the Wolfort domain and make our report to Lord Simon in your stead.
And this is farewell for now. King Roland,
That's pretty
Benedict,
decent.
until our reunion in the capital.
I will not be that sad if we never get Benedict back. I will be sad if we never get Roland back. Yeah, Barry. That vulnerable belly. Ah! Did I disturb you? Sorry. Go on with yourself.
Here we are.
The Rosellan Village.
Right. Just where that book we swiped from the archives pointed us. Ooh, you catch a whiff of that? Smells like treasure to me. Calling this hovel a village does a disservice to villages. We'll find that fortune soon enough.
She's not
Hold
wrong
it,
on that.
Trish. Maybe we'd best leave this treasure be.
Having second thoughts, Pa? Knees buckling at the thought of a little bloodshed?
Now just shut up and use your head for a bit, girl. You know the story of this village as well as I. How they fled from the cruelty of Hyzant. Seems to me we have more than a bit in common with these folk. I don't wish to cause them any more suffering than is necessary.
You're getting soft in your old age, Pa. All right, have it your way. We'll give him a little scare, grab the treasure, and be on our way.
But there's one more. My damn back is still acting up. Not enough rest since the last job.
Well,
might be even worse than last time.
Stop doing jobs then.
Did you go to sleep and wake up an old crone? Put your weapon in your hand and get moving! The likes of us only get one chance to grab fate by the horns, and this is ours! Wasn't it you who taught us to take what we can, cause the world ain't in the habit of giving?
I know, but I...
You know what? I don't want to hear your bleating. Go.
How is this? Is it on par with FF Tactics? I would say no.
Boys will handle the treasure hunting.
It's an interesting game. The gameplay is pretty quite fun. But even from a gameplay standpoint, I don't think it is as interesting or varied as Tactics is. Right? I think Tactics gives you more customization and has more interesting stuff. And from a story perspective, I think it's definitely weaker than Tactics.
Decide to go their own ways. Roland remains in the capital to deal with his political opponents. Benedict returns to Castle Wolffort to visit the ailing Lord Simon. Serenoa and Frederica, having received reports from Jerome of bandits in the Rosellan village, depart to investigate.
So what I would say ultimately, right, is that the gameplay is less than Tactics, and the story is significantly less than Tactics. I think it is a passable strategy game, and even has fun elements to it, right? Like the gameplay is fun. Don't get me wrong. The combat system is unique and interesting, or unique-ish and interesting. So it's fun to play. I think my argument with it would be like, I think it's a hard sell for a $60 game, right? If this was like a $30 or $40 game, I would say to strategy enthusiasts or to tactical enthusiasts, yeah, pick it up. It's good enough to while away some hours and for you to have a good time with it. But for a $60 game, I think it is not as good as it probably should be. That being said, I've seen a lot of other people have very high praise for the game. I've been very critical of its story and kind of like the concepts behind its story, like why people are doing what they're doing, you know? But generally speaking, I think it kind of depends on like if you're really critical of it, it's gonna be bad. You're not gonna like it, but if you're less critical, then it's a fun romp. It's a good time. You're waiting for the Diofield Chronicle? I think I've heard of that. Oh yeah, I've seen this. Yeah. Yep, I have seen this, and that does actually look pretty interesting to me. When is this coming out? Did they actually, like, say that yet? Release dates. Scheduled to be released in September, actually. September 20th. Gotcha. Alright, well, that's cool. Like a real-time strategy, September 22nd. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I have seen that in the past, but I have not checked anything on it recently, so... Ah, ha, ha, ha! I fucking called this shit. Within the woods, a man bids farewell to his Rosellan companions. In his hand, he clutches a familiar spear. I knew this motherfucker wasn't dead. Spoilers, by the way.
Must you go, sir?
I regret to say I must. I have been idle for long enough. But know this. I shall forever be indebted to the Roselle. I know not why fate delivered my battered body to the shores of your village. But I am fortunate that it did. I owe my life to your kindness. Thank you.
Interesting.
You'll have no debt with us. We only did what was right. But
how's it
where
going,
will you
Maokai?
go? Safety is a luxury few are afforded these days.
Did you ever get to see this? Or did you see this and just not get to recruit him? Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. That's kind of cool. You assume because your convictions weren't right? Interesting. I will say that is kind of the thing that does intrigue me about the game. But the game does, I think it does a disservice to itself here. It's so focused on these three concepts, right? Like justice, pragmatism, and liberty, right? And all of the decisions and all of the things that you do throughout the game are raising these bars in the background, your convictions, right? Or at least all the decisions, it seems like that's what's happening, right? But the game, I think, does a disservice to itself by not displaying that. Show me straight up, right? Like, show me that I have a conviction score of 10 for pragmatism, but I have a conviction score of 21 for justice, right? Like, show me what my scores are at, because that's going to keep me engaged in the concept of, like, what I'm doing. And I think it's really neat to have different characters show up in the mid to late game based off of your convictions. I think, so that is actually one of the things that I'm really interested in looking up after I finish the game is what all characters did I miss, right? Like, is there a whole nother fucking cast of characters that I could have been playing with? I have no idea, right? I kind of suspect that there really isn't, that I got maybe there's like another 5 or 10 characters total. But I assume most people are going to play the same-ish characters, right? Yeah, Suikoden vibe, absolutely, right? Like, and that's interesting, that's cool. That is a neat thing. You think in a New Game Plus, the game shows you your current levels and how each choice will change them? Why the fuck would they restrict that to just New Game Plus? That seems crazy. Like, the whole vibe of this game is the conviction system, is your choices matter and determine your liberty, freedom, or liberty, justice, pragmatism, right? Like, why wouldn't they just from the very beginning, especially if it's in the game, if it's built into the game, it's there, it's just not till New Game Plus? That seems silly to me. Anyways, moving on.
The war rages still, and so long as it does, I must fight with every inch of my being to end it.
A single man can't fix this tangled mess of a world.
Sure he can.
but I'm not
Avlor's
alone.
dead now. No one else can beat
Every
him.
moment my allies risk life and limb without me is a moment I owe them for their bravery.
They probably don't want people min-maxing their first run, want more of an organic experience. Yeah, I can definitely see that, right? Like, I get the point there, the concept. The thing is like I'm not looking for them to necessarily tell me that I need to have balance, right? That's not necessarily what I'm interested in, but I do think it would be cool, right, to know that, hey, this choice is intended to be a Frederica path choice, right? Or this, because sometimes they're a little vague, right? Like, sometimes it would just talking to villagers, your conviction will raise, and I'm like, what did I say to raise my convictions there? I have no fucking idea, right? You know? And then other times your conviction will just raise off of, like, leveling, fighting enemies, and it's like, okay, whose conviction just raised there? I have no idea. It looks like there are 8 characters that you didn't recruit. Interesting. So see, that is absolutely what I want to look up. After I beat the game, I totally want to see what all the other characters are.
I see there's no convincing you otherwise. Very well. But we expect to hear news of your victory soon.
I sense the world is on the cusp of great change. Change for the better. When it comes, let us celebrate its arrival together.
Interesting. Very, very cool. Oh, he just fucking waltzes in.
Well met, friends. I require passage to see Lord Serenoa.
And who are you? If you want an audience, you'll have to wait behind the rest.
Wait. That cape, it can't be.
You're Sir Maxwell.
I've got to say this. Every Wolfort soldier that we've seen in a situation like this, where they're like, you can't just go see Lord Serenoa, has been an asshat, right? Every single one of them, which is funny because all of the rest of the time we see Wolfort soldiers, they're like very nice, staunch, helping people. Like, it's just all of the like, I guard the door soldiers are jerks.
My lord.
He shut up
Sir
real
Maxwell
fucking quick, didn't
has
he?
Returned.
My apologies for my abrupt departure, my lord. Full glad am I to see you have managed without me.
I'm very surprised. Not disappointed, necessarily. But I am very surprised that they didn't do the amnesia route with Maxwell. Because, and I get it, don't get me wrong, right? Like, it's very tropey, it's very overdone in a lot of games, especially in the past. But I actually think, like, if I can think of a fitting, like, situation, it would have been this one, right? Like, he's horribly, grievously wounded, right? He falls into a river, probably nearly drowns, bleeds out, floats down the river for a time, lands on a beach, gets drug up onto the shore, rescued. That is the perfect recipe for a powerful, high-level, right, character to have amnesia and show back up later on in the party. Because we could go, right now, we could go to the Rosellan village, okay? And as we're there and we start to square off against Trish and Travis, Maxwell just comes out of one of the fucking buildings and is like, you will not, you won't harm my friends. These are the people that rescued my life. I owe them everything. And then we're like, Maxwell? And he's like, who the fuck is Maxwell? Right? Like, that would be the almost kind of like tin can quintessential like amnesia, find the high level person from the beginning of the game kind of scenario. Like, I honestly think that would be perfect. And instead of doing that, they've done this, and now I'm really questioning, okay, if you don't have amnesia or something, why the fuck are you just now showing up? Did you have amnesia and you just now recovered recently? Or were you, like, even if he was horribly wounded, right? Why would he not send a messenger to Lord Serenoa? Let's find out. That's a lot of the problem with Choices Matter games these days. People make decisions based on metagaming rather than the context of story. I guess that's fair. I could let this bandit go, but I get a cool item if I kill him, even though all he did was steal bread. I mean, that's fair, right? I get that. I will say, like, you know, the attachment to rewards isn't potentially here in this game, because you don't know unless you're looking things up, right? You're not going to know that these characters are tied to these convictions. But I don't know. I feel like it would be a helpful guiding force to be like, I want to throw my lot in with Roland, so I'm going to make justice-based decisions. You know, I actually think it would potentially help role-playing in that particular instance, because there's no rewards that you can openly see tied to these choices. It's just answering questions a lot of the times. Anyways, let's continue onwards and see what Maxwell has to say.
Sir Maxwell, you're alive.
Yes, he is.
Aye, and none the worse for wear, I hope. It seems fate would have me take up my spear once more.
I'm assuming... Let's just listen.
Where have you been? We all feared the worst.
Avlora's fell blow cast me into the river, and its cold embrace washed away my memories, along with my pride.
Okay.
I awoke in a village of kind-hearted folk. I might have stayed there, blissful in ignorance, had news of your exploits not reached them. It was then that old memories stirred, prideful memories, painful memories. My purpose became clear. I must end this war or perish in the attempt.
So they did go the amnesic route. They
that
just
I have
went
not come
the...
too late to make a
He got
difference.
his memory back and he came back to us.
Of course not. We would be honored to have you fight by our side.
I'm very curious, though. Okay, so here's the other thing, is I don't know if this is just a scripted scenario, like, if you get Maxwell, this is when you get him. I don't know if that's the case, or if you just have to hit a certain threshold and answer the right choices or be on the right path, and then you will get Maxwell when you hit a certain threshold. So I don't know, but what feels weird to me is that Maxwell has come seeking us rather than seeking Roland. And it might just be that, you know, the game's like, well, Roland's with you, and we just managed to hit a threshold where Roland isn't with us, and the game doesn't differentiate between that. Or it could be that this is the specific time that Maxwell comes to see you, and if that's the case, it feels pretty weird that he comes to Serenoa and not Roland.
I only hope you can say the same for us, Dawnspear.
Either way, holy shit, we got Maxwell. That's cool. Aptitudes in battle. Roland's instructor and the finest lancer in all Glenbrook. Specialized in mid-ranged attacks. Possesses multiple powerful abilities. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't want to just check him. I'm kind of curious as why he does not have his signature hat in this particular situation. He has Gungnir. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, he's level 22, but he is not upgraded. That's interesting. He has triple thrust, which is the improved version of Roland's double thrust, I suppose. He has run through. which is Roland's ability. He has Lance Hurl. Deal physical damage to an enemy, has greater range than triple thrust. So it's just a throw. It's just a ranged option. Counter stance. Chance to deal a counter attack when attacked. 2 birds, 1 stone. Grants 1 TP when attacking 2 or more enemies at the same time. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, cool. Well, we've had a couple of cool things happen this particular episode. That's going to be the end of this video. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. We are going to keep playing. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time for more Triangle Strategy. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.